Who told you? Who told you? Who told you? Who told you? What? God designed, God designed.
What's going on with my Boerboel buddies? What's up with my Boerboel people, y'all? What's happening? We done made it another week, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for joining Boerboel Talk TV. I'm your host, Jordan, Boerboel man, Boerboel friend, Boerboel lover, Boerboel enthusiast. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. Today, we got a very important episode for all my inspiring Boerboel enthusiasts. It's important that we understand that we're going to deal with a lot coming into the game. With these dogs, they're very much protected because they're such a majestic breed. And because of that, the people that govern the breed will test your mettle. They will try to discourage you. And it's sort of like a testing to see if you really built to be a Boerboel breeder or a Boerboel man or a Boerboel enthusiast. I want everybody to understand, don't let it phase you. We're gonna experience people that don't necessarily agree with what we got going on and agree what we doing. And it could be discouraging. But what you have to do is understand this. Everybody is not going to like what you do no matter what you do. You're going to have some people that love it and some people that hate it. And in this Boerboel game, you got some people that want to try to be so-called experts, and they want to try to come and knock what you're doing, even though they don't have anything else to offer. They just want to tear you down. We're not going to let that discourage us. We're going to stay on our mission. It's very important that we have to understand some people feel better by tearing others down. And because we're doing the best that we can do, we're giving it our all, naturally we're going to have some haters because we're going to have some success. And because we live, sleep, eat, breathe, dream, wake up, Boerboel. That's what we do. And when you have that type of unrelenting pressure, when you hold yourself accountable to that type of standard, you're gonna have some success. If you stay consistent, you doing things on a schedule, especially when it comes to dogs, especially when it comes to African Boerboels and managing them, you're gonna want to have a routine, a consistent routine. And dogs are the creatures of routine and consistency. So in a situation where your feeding habits is sporadic, your exercise routine is sporadic, in situations like that, you can't expect consistent results. Sometimes your dogs are going to be in excellent health and excellent condition. But if you constantly doing things on a regular basis and consistently, then you're going to have consistent results. Your dog is going to maintain a healthy weight. If you don't want your dog's weight going up and down, then you're going to feed it on a regular basis. You're going to exercise it at regular intervals. You're going to do it proper training. And you're going to keep the dog's mind mentally stable. If you're doing these things on a consistent basis and a regular basis with your Boerboel, you're going to have a great dog. And you're going to have some people that love it, and you're going to have some people that hate it. When those haters come, what I do They've been hating on me for a long time with my dogs, and I can't seem to understand why. I don't understand why until I take a look at the dogs of the people that's hating. They dogs just are totally different than ours. And we would make it a point to have dogs with drive, dogs with athleticism, dogs with extreme muscling, great temperaments, athletic builds, physiques, protective instincts, strong drive, high amounts of energy. We're not going for the show standard. We're not selecting dogs just because they fit into a visual mold or they're visual appealing. They have to have more than that. And because of that, it's like, oh, well, his dogs they're not from the show or whatever. And what matters to me is having the best dogs. And to me, the best dog means, because this is my goal, I would like to have produced the best dog ever in the history of dogs. And I think about it every single day. And because of that, I'm never going to give up this is like my life's work. This is my life's mission. And I know that we're going to be successful because we got that type of intention. We got it. We got that type of belief system. And when you believe in yourself more than anybody else, anything is possible. And there is nothing that you cannot do. So I wanted to offer y'all those words of advice because I know a lot of our Boerboel owners, we got the best owners that we love our dogs and we want to share them with people. And when we go on the group sometimes, that's the obvious place to share. This is the Facebook groups. You're going to have haters. You're going to have people they're going to come on. You can always recognize them when they try to tear you down. They have nothing to offer of value. They're not trying to help. Criticism is merely a form of destruction. They're trying to make you feel like you don't belong. And if you're taking care of your dog, you're doing the best that you can, you're giving your dog your all, that's pancake. You're giving it your all, then you do belong here. If you care about your dogs, if you love your dogs, if you love what you do, it's never gonna feel like work to you. If you don't mind, if you don't love dogs, then this really ain't the ideal sport. This ain't your sport. You can't expect to be any form or level of professional if you feel like I hate this job or I hate this life. Oh my God, my dog's done pooped again. I got to clean up the poop. When you a dog man, the poop don't bother you. It's something that you're gonna have to deal with. So I needed to make sure that I wanted to put that out there for my peoples because we got haters that is blowing down. They've been doing this on me from the beginning, and I don't let it phase me. I let it motivate me. I go to the point that when I get so energized, I get so charged up when people get to telling me that have less experience, what I'm doing is not going to work. The dogs that I'm producing is not qualified. I use that as motivation. I'll get out and work my dogs. I'll work them until you see how I work them until they sweating heavy. I done ran dogs until they nails is tender. And that's giving it my all because I expect the dogs to give they all. So when all of those things combine, that's where you see the excellent physique. That's where you see the mental stability. All of this is very important with the management of your Boerboels. Things need to be done in a timely fashion, not sporadic fashion. When you have dogs like for example, our puppies turn 20 days today, 21 days. And that means that their ears are opening up. And we already discussed how when a puppy turns a certain age, there's certain things that is critical for their development. When the puppies turn 20 days, the ears open up. We start to clap around the top of their heads to get them familiar kiss around them, and we also going to introduce them to their first food. And it's very important that this happens at this age of 20 days, because that's right at the age where mom is starting to push the puppies away. Pancake is right here under the table. She's not in there with the puppies. That's because Pancake is trying to say, she's trying to prepare the puppies for their own food, so that she starts to not nurse them as often. And which they're not nursing as often, that builds up their appetite, and that's getting them prepared for the food. So you want to make sure at 20 days you're feeding the dog some type of appropriate foods. And like I said, if you're on time, if you're on point with your management of your Boerboel, like with the training, some people would train their dogs every single day, 15 minutes a day. And that's important. That's a good consistent way to build on your dog's previous experiences. When you have dogs that you you can't train a dog in 1 day or 10 days or 2 weeks. It's something that you're gonna have to do on a regular basis. Soon as the puppy gets to your hands, soon as the puppy leaves the nest, it's important that you start to familiarize the puppy with human contact, your bonding with you as an individual or you as a family. So you want to see your dogs. What's going on, family? My boy buddies, Ricardo. What's happening? So it's we just spitting, talking about a little bit about maintenance and being consistent. And like I was talking about with the puppies, they start to eat at this age. You want to make sure that they're getting in the food on their faces. If nothing else, you're going to get them familiar with the smell, get a little bit in their mouth, get them tasting the food. And what that does is that starts to associate them with the scent and build up the healthy appetite. You move on to the next phase. When the puppy leaves, it starts to bond with the owner immediately. Remember, this is going to be the first time away from the nest. So in a situation like this, I recommend the very first day you're going to start to feed the puppy. If you got your dog from us, we're going to give him to you. It's going to be hungry. And a hungry dog is always going to be more attentive. So the puppy is like, hey, you my boss, you my owner, you my master, you my family, you my dad, you my mom. Where do I got to do to get some food around here? And then you can start to build on the puppy's experiences. Every time you kiss for the puppy, whistle for the puppy, call for the puppy, he's going to come, and then you're going to give him a little food. And this is the only food that he's going to get for the first 3 to 7 days. All of the food that the puppy going to eat for the first 3 to 7 days should come from your food. This is directly from your hand. And this is my way of starting to familiarize the puppy with us, as human beings. So with all of that being said, it's again reaffirming consistency, reaffirming regularity. When you're doing these things on the it's gonna be hard to beat. You're gonna be hard to beat. If you got a complete triangle exercise, feeding, and training with your Boerboel, you're gonna be hard to beat. If you're taking care of your dog every single day, you putting that exercise, you putting in the work, it's no way that you can be denied. Don't let another person tell you what you can and cannot do. If you putting the work in, you put the work in, your dog is gonna shine. Y'all a team. You gonna look good, the dog gonna look good. It takes consistency though. You're not gonna be able to just pop out with excellent pictures of your dog. What you see when we popping out with the pictures of our dogs, that's after weeks and weeks and weeks of conditioning. And I like to take pictures previous, before and after pictures. I like to give because I would like to kind of measure my progress. Am I making progress visually? And it's not that we posting trying to blast it and put it in nobody's face. That ain't the goal. We ain't want to shame no one. We here for y'all. This is about showing love. And exchanging information. It's not has nothing to do with showboating. It ain't about showing off. When you post your dog up, it's about putting the dog out there for comparison with other dogs that people posting. And you don't want to do that. If you put your dog out there and you haven't been putting in the work, don't expect people to flock to your dog, or don't expect your dog to look appealing. Don't expect your dog to look like that. That dog there been putting in work. That dog there been putting in work, and it's not something that he just started. It's been from the very first day that he arrived. And it's something that you never give up. You never stop. It's got to be relentless if your pursuit of greatness. It's just like with LeBron James. Think about LeBron, 18 years in the game. When he came in, he was the youngest player to ever do it, but he's still practicing every day. He still goes to practice. Professional athletes still have to practice. Why are they practicing once they made it? Because you never stop learning. You never stop getting better. And you got to apply those type of principles to this dog game or anything else that you do in life, and you're going to have great success. Forget what a hater has to say. They're going to hate anyway. You're going to let that be fuel. Be like the Black Panther. Everything that they shoot at you, absorb it, absorb the energy, and then bounce it back on them. Sorry about that. So a lot going on. In other news, I want to let y'all know about. Did y'all know that the government is employing robotic dogs to patrol the border patrol? Ain't that interesting? In dog news, they're gonna replace our dogs soon, y'all, with robotic dogs. They got them already on the border patrol. Things is changing, y'all. That life come at you fast. So don't take nothing for granted. Don't waste no time. Don't waste no days. I'm glad to be here with y'all. Anybody got any questions? Now will be the time. Anybody got any questions? Well, if nobody have any questions, I wanted to let y'all know that it's been a rough week, but I had to be here for y'all because that's the promise that I made. And nothing, I don't want to let y'all down. I don't want to let me down. I want to make everybody proud. Because you rocking with me. When you rock with me, it's like this. I'm gonna give you. I don't want to just like you bet with me, and we betting together. So we gonna win. What do I feed the puppies? Ra, my main man. What do we feed the puppies? That's what John wants to know. So we start the puppies out with our special mix. We use tripe, organs, liver, hearts, muscle meat from chicken, ground beef. We blend that all up in a giant meat grinder. And then I add a little bit of uni milk, which is a multi-species milk replacer. And I use the uni milk because we want to make sure that the puppies are getting, it's 10 puppies. Now we're not going to do this with all puppies, but because we got anytime it's six or more, you want to try to supplement a little bit when the puppies get to be when the puppies get to be a certain age. We want to make sure that the mom is not going to be overwhelmed and overtaxed. So 20 days, Remember, the ears is open. The puppies is already walking around. From day one, the nose was activated. The eyes are open around 13 to 14 days. At day 20, the ears are open. And most important is the teeth have popped in to some degree. They're not big puppy teeth, they small puppy teeth. So at that age is an ideal time. Today we didn't get the puppies a whole lot of food. We just trying to introduce the food to the puppies. And how we do that is with a spoon, and I'm just spooning it into the puppy's mouth just a little bit before they get familiar with the taste, and they're getting it all over each other. Also, that's important that the puppies get the food all over their face, because this starts their interaction, their social part of their social development. So they'll be licking and nudging on each other, and this initiates their first form of play. Ain't no telling what's going on. We gotta go see what's going on. Well, I appreciate y'all. If anybody have any more questions, I'll take them now. And if not, I'm gonna catch up with y'all on the next week. If we are fortunate enough to be here, I think we're gonna be here. I plan on being here. I don't plan on going nowhere. Well, one thing for sure, if the world don't end by next week, I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna be on here with y'all. For sure, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. If y'all got something y'all like to discuss in particular, we can cover that. Y'all can shoot me an email or a text message. We'll go over everything that we anything that y'all want to talk about, because let's exchange information. I want to know, maybe it's some things that I need to be doing some research on. We can all help each other, learn from one another. And it's important that we do that. That's called community elevation. We're going to try to elevate this Boerboel community, and we're going to do more for each other. I really appreciate everybody that popped in and showed love today, left a comment, asked a question, took a second. We're going to be back at it again next week. And I'm going to do a ton of research. I didn't want to leave y'all hanging, so we did a on the fly. But I do got it was a lot going on. But nevertheless, appreciate y'all for joining. We're going to be back next week with another banger. All right? Promise y'all. Next week, don't forget, real special episode. It's going to be super duper lit. Super duper lit. I'll catch up with y'all. Enjoy y'all week. And always give it your all. Do your best. You never know what could be your last breath.
No rush, go on, move dumb. Back and forth, push and shove. Make your peace and love turn to peace and gloves. Now you got a deal run up.